In this video, I'm going to show you how you can square up your forms for driveway, sidewalks, patios, and even building foundations. And this is in response to a video I made a while ago, probably 2 or 3 years ago, not just recently. And I showed how you could check the building forms to see if everything's square, but I never showed you the process of doing it. I just kind of gave you some ideas. So someone left a comment in the comment area, and I figured that I would go ahead and make this one here. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start with a square. Rectangles, stuff like that, you'll be able to use it. And I'll put a link to the video in here. I'll put it in here right now, somewhere at the top. And then you can always check that one out if you have a complicated system of forming instead of just a square or a rectangle. So first thing you're going to want to do is just kind of put a frame together. If you know your patio is going to be 8 foot by 8 foot, then nail something together, just the sides, or use screws to screw it together and lay it on the ground. And I'm not going to show you how to level everything or dig all the dirt away, flatten it out. But I can tell you that this process won't work as good if this is level but the other part isn't. If this dips down, 8 inches or something like that, it's not going to work good. And when I'm talking, let's say you're building something that's 20 foot by 20 foot, it's got to be a flat surface, a plane, So if you could just imagine this dirt right here is perfectly flat and this is sitting right on top of it. That's what we're working with. So I would recommend to level up one side, and you could pick that side, whatever you think it will, which one will be a good one to start with. And then firmly attach it with some stakes. And make sure it's level, of course. Give you an idea of what, use some screws or some double-headed nails. And it's always going to be a good idea to make a mark on the edge here, because we're going to be measuring from the outside corner. Now you can use the outside corner or the inside corner, but use one and keep it that way. Use the outside corner here and the outside corner on the other side. I have used the outside corners and the inside corners, but we're not going to do that in this video. So another mark for the outside corner. And then put a stake in there, and just use one screw or one nail until you level it. So we already have this piece over here is level. Make sure that this one here is level, and then of course level the other side and then stake it off. So now we have everything level. It should be level all the way around. And then I would recommend making a mark across on the stake somewhere. So everything's level. You got one screw in it for right now. And then make a mark, because you might need to move this from one side to the other. And then you can use this mark to reposition the board after you have slid it to the right or the left. And more on that in a few seconds here. Now here's the trick to checking to see if it is square, and that would simply be to measure from the outside corner here to this edge here. And then write the measurement down on a piece of paper, piece of scrap wood. And then of course you're going to be hooking over this corner. We're going to the far outside corner here. Again, you can use the inside corners if you want, or the outside corners. And then here we are on the outside corner. This is the reason why we put the mark here, is so that we could measure it across. So here we have a diagonal here. And the next step will be to change the diagonal to the other side. Again, we're going to the outside corner, to the outside corner across. And that's that. So if these measurements are the same, if this is, let's say, both 102 inches, something like that, same measurement, then we're going to be fine. The foundation and the footing or the forms will be square. However, what if it looks like this? We have something a little wacky here. Now, this is obviously for illustration purposes. Yours probably isn't going to be this bad, but you can see here that if we were to come across here, this is going to be the shorter distance. This one is going to be the longer distance. We are going to want to push the board over towards the shorter distance in hopes of equaling these measurements out. And eventually you will come to the point where they are the same measurement and it will be square. When both of these diagonals are the same, you will have a square footing and you'll be able to put the rest of your stakes in as long as everything is level. Level and square is the key to a nice foundation that you can build on and, of course, be proud of then when you go to put your cabinets in or your countertops that you don't have 1-inch gaps in the corners. So square is going to save you some grief in a variety of different building situations. So hope the video helps. If it does, you know what to do. Hit the old thumbs up button.